Hello everybody, Happy New Year and welcome to the Jaded Dragonite channel. It's your host here, Matt, and today I am finally fulfilling one of my promises and I'm bringing out my top 10 games of the year. Now, I'm sorry about the lack of uploads over the last couple of days. It's been pretty hectic with Christmas. Oh, for a second, Christmas excuse over here. And also my internet's been down, so it's been a little bit hard to upload. But now, all those problems are hopefully fixed, and here I am bringing you a list of my favorite games of the year. Now here I've got a few honorable mentions to a few games I didn't get to try out during the year. Unravel, which is a great platform which I purchased recently, and hopefully maybe I'll get that into a series on the channel, don't know. And also Firewatch, a beautiful game. I saw some gameplay from Cry about it, and it looks great. Looking forward to trying it out. Anyway, let's get down to the list. Number 10. Ruby Grim Eclipse. Now, for the long-time fans of my channel, you would know that I am a bit of a fan of the whole Rooster Teeth channel, and this game is no exception. This is I believe, the Rooster Teeth YouTube channel's second dive into the gaming scene, and this game is amazing. I haven't tried any of the other Dynasty Warriors games, and I don't think this game is quite as good as those, but the fact that it's Ruby just puts it way up there on the list for me from games this year. And the fact that it got out of Greenlight and it's still being updated and still being monitored and it's been changed so much for the better, just makes this game so good. Go buy this game. Number 9. Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall 2 is an interesting one, because I got into its previous game, Titanfall 1, just before the game came out. So there was a bit of resurgence in the player base in terms of game prep for Titanfall 1. Now there's the story of how Titanfall 1 lost all its player base after the first couple months, and that is true. But with Titanfall 2, I hope it's a game that can keep its player base, just because it's so much fun. Besides its tremendous multiplayer, which is so much harder than the first one, by the way, is evidenced by my terrible gameplay right here. The single player is actually good for a first-person shooter. EA has done a great job this year with its single-player campaigns. Battlefield 1, which is coming up later on this list, and this game just nailed it. Anyway, Titanfall 2, completely recommended. Jaded Dragonite, seal of approval. Number 8.
Ludendorff has ordered us to punch a hole in the front line. We must capture the blue line trenches over here. Once broken through, takes a high vantage point by Venture Farm.
Battlefield 1. Hey, Battlefield 1, just talked about it. Battlefield 1 is the third time I've delved into the franchise, the other two times being Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 4. And both those games I thought were lacking. They're all kind of pay to win in terms of everyone could get the guns if they paid enough money. And by the time I got into Battlefield 4 mainly, I was such a low rank and everyone was level 100 and they'd immediately annihilate me. So I saw Battlefield 1 as the perfect entry for me into the franchise. Got in there, set in World War 1, just studied World War 1 by classes, and oh my goodness, the feeling you get when you're running through the mud and the rain's falling down and explosions are happening around you as a behemoth flies over you. I know it's rather cliche, but this is a thing that only happens in Battlefield 1. I haven't experienced it in any other game, and this left an impression on me. Just, if you guys haven't tried it, give it a go. Just experience it. It's an experience more than anything. And you won't be disappointed. Plus, a great single player, Lots of different mini campaigns. Wish it was a bit longer though. Number 7. Watch_Dogs 2. Now, I did try Watch Dogs 1 for a bit, but it didn't grab me. I wasn't hugely invested in the character, and the story wasn't interesting, and I just fucked around in the open world for a bit. But Watch Dogs 2 is different. I like the lightheartedness, the actually interesting protagonists, and the side characters are actually interesting. Oh wow. Other developers, please take note. But Watch Dogs 2, the hacking, you can hack almost anything in the world. I just like the experience in this game. How it's all like modern day, and it tackles social issues that are relevant today, and just an amazing story, amazing cast, and the seamless multiplayer, even though it was broken at launch, fixed itself, and is amazing.
Number 6.
Doom. Doom is interesting, because I didn't think I'd like it. I saw trailers for it, I was just like, oh dear, it's another one of these, just, I don't know, bloodfest thingies, and I just dismissed it. But then it went on sale, recently upgraded to a 1080 in my PC, and I was like, you know what, my PC needs a bit of a challenge, might as well just buy Doom, give it a try. Oh my god, that game. Oh, the glory kills alone just made my inner action hero just explode. And the single player is amazing. Haven't really tried the multiplayer. I don't think many people are actually playing it anymore. But I could see there are a few good ideas there with the map editor, similar to Halo 5 in a way, seeing how all the custom maps could be made. If Jack Patilla likes it, I like it, so that's all I can say. Single player is great. As you can see in this gameplay, lots of glory kills, lots of behemoths, lots of challenging bits actually. I'm willing to go into the hardest difficulty and see how I go in that. So wish me luck guys, and go try this game. Number 5.
Don't lose your way.
Dishonored 2. People say that Dishonored 2 has Bioshock 2 syndrome, where they basically copy and pasted the first game, added some prettier graphics, and just stick with that. I completely disagree with this analysis. If anything, this game is Bioshock Infinite. It polished up the first game so much. There's seamless parkour, there's better combat, the stealth is so much smoother, oh my goodness. Trying to play the first game with no, like you're trying to get the Shadow achievement, clean hands, all of that stuff is almost impossible because you'd end up accidentally vaulting over a block and like, oh my god, there's Corvo, or whatever. But the first game is one of my favorite games of all time, but Dishonored 2 improved on it such a way. It's like the transformation from Just Cause 2 to Just Cause 3. It just added enough that it became the superior game, and that's why it is number 5 on my top 10 list for 2016. Number 4. Tales from the Borderlands. Now, Tales holds a special place in my heart because it's the second Telltale game that I've played. And, well, the first one, it was alright. I played Minecraft Story Mode. Wasn't great, not gonna lie. But Tales from the Borderlands really expanded on the Borderlands universe in a way I didn't think could be expanded on. I love Borderlands 2 and the pre-sequel as seen in my complete series on this channel, besides the audio issues. But Tales just made it so much, like, you got invested in the characters more than you did in the main games, and they're all likable, and some of the sequences are just ridiculous. Like this finger gun scene from episode 4 is just amazing. there wasn't a boring bit in it. It was either hilarious, super sad, or super serious. It was an amazing game. I hope Telltale investigates more of the Borderlands lore and makes another game. I'm looking forward to playing Batman in the future. Now we're down to the top 3. Number 3.
When the night has come.
Final Fantasy 15. Now, in my experience with the Final Fantasy franchise, it's one of my most disliked franchises. Just because the games are so long and all the combat system is really bad. I don't really have much experience, but with the games I played, I think I played 13, 13-2, and a bit of 7. Oh no, fucking 7 is God and whatever, it's a bit overrated in my opinion. But 15's combat system was amazing. It's a bro trip through amazing locations that you could drive around for hours in. Likeable characters, even like the people you find on the side of the road have huge personality. And when you there are hunts in the game where you have to go to local towns and they have hunts for certain beasts and things like that. On the way to this one hunt, soldiers came out of nowhere and just started attacking me from everywhere, and it was like super stressful because all my party was dying and I was just like, oh, I didn't come prepared for this. If you like those kind of moments, like they're kind of Far Cry-esque, this is the game for you. Also, if you're a fan of the Final Fantasy franchise, you'll also love this game. Just because of its rich lore. Even I like the story. The story's great in this one, in my opinion. And it brings something fresh to the franchise. Gives that Kingdom Hearts spin with the combat system. And I didn't know pushing a car along the road would be such a fun game. Number 2. Overwatch. Oh boy. Yeah, people thought this was gonna be my top game of the year. Well, you're wrong. Yeah, Overwatch came out of nowhere. I think for a lot of people. I was just like, oh yeah, I've seen bits and pieces, and I got it confused for Battleborn a few times. But when I saw the first short, I think it was Recall I saw first, then I went back and watched the Winston one. The music caught my heart, and then I had to investigate it a bit more, and it all looked fantastic. Open beta came along, I jumped on that bandwagon, and it's been uphill ever since. The game's been improving, the devs have constantly been monitoring it. The lore is some of my favorite lore in any game. Just the characters are all likable. Boop girl over there, she's the one exception, but everyone else, fantastic, great game. Blizzard's first expedition into the FPS franchise, and it has been a huge success. Came out of left field, and an amazing game that I hope gets built on in 2017 and beyond. Finally, number 1. Undertale. Now, Undertale was a great friend. Oh, what? Undertale didn't come out this year? Oh. So, I was playing a game I thought came out this year, and I spent hours and hours going through this game over and over again. What? Oh. What other games do I have? Oh, this one will do. Jokes! Number 1 game of the year, Forza Horizon 3.
It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you. And I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you.
Oh no, so this, yeah, no, except I haven't actually made a video in this yet. Even though people kind of saw it if people watched my, the Christmas anthology trailer bit. But Forza Horizon 3, in my opinion, is one of the best games ever made if you're into the whole driving bit. If you're not, might not be as high up, but you should still try it out. It's like the perfect mixture between traditional racing simulator and arcade racer. It's got so many Easter eggs, like the naming system alone. You can be any character from any game that you want. And the driving is spot on. Hundreds of cars for you to try. The biggest map in any Forza Horizon game. And it's in Australia. What more could you want? There's kangaroos, and the beach, and the Gold Coast. I mean, do I need to say any more? Buy this game. Anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking around in 2016, giving me a shot. We're at 31 subscribers. Holy shit. We are getting there. With this, I thought I honestly would have 10 subscribers by the end of the year, and it'd just be my friends. But no, we've made, in my opinion, we're done. We're there. If I just keep uploading and you guys are enjoying my content, that's all I want. I think I've uploaded around 26 videos by this point, and I've put my soul into each of one of those, and you guys have seemed to be loving them. So thank you guys so much for all your support through all of this, and I wish you all a happy 2017. And I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.